What is sound? Is it just a vibration in the air, or is it something more? For an artist, sound is a language. It's the way you tell your story without using words. It's the color of your emotions, painted on the canvas of silence. Your sound is your fingerprint. It's the one thing that is uniquely yours in a world full of echoes. When someone hears your music, they should hear you, not a copy of someone else, not an attempt to fit in. They should hear the raw, unfiltered truth of who you are. This is your signature sound. It's the soul of your art. Many artists get lost. They hear the music that is popular. They see what works for others. They start to chase that sound. It seems like a safe path. But, safety is the enemy of art. Chasing trends is like chasing the wind. You'll always be a step behind. You'll always be in someone else's shadow. The goal is not to sound like your heroes. The goal is to be inspired by them, and then to find your own path. Your heroes found their voice by being true to themselves. You gotta do the same. The world doesn't need another imitation. It needs the original sound that only you can create. The great artists have a distinct voice, a sound that is instantly recognizable. From the moment you hear the first note, you know who it is. That is the power of a signature sound. It cuts through the noise. It connects with people on a deeper level. It builds a legacy. As an underground artist, this is your greatest weapon. You're not bound by the rules of the mainstream. You have the freedom to explore, to experiment, and to be different. Finding your signature sound is not just about making music. It's about discovering who you are. It's a journey of self-exploration. And honestly, it's the most important journey you'll ever take as an artist. This journey is a quest. There is no map. There is no clear destination. The path is different for everyone. It's a process of listening, not just to other music, but to yourself. What moves you? What makes you feel something? What stories do you need to tell? Your sound is already inside you. It's a quiet whisper. You have to learn how to hear it. We'll look at the masters. We'll study how they found their way, not to copy their methods, but to understand their mindset. They were relentless in their pursuit of originality. They weren't afraid to experiment. They weren't afraid to fail. Mistakes are not just part of the process. They are the process. Your sound is not about technical perfection. It's about emotional honesty, the feeling you leave with the listener long after the song has ended. So let's begin the journey. Let's find your signature sound. The first step is not to create. It's to listen. I mean deep listening. The kind of listening that feels like an active exploration. You're searching for the soul behind the sound. Don't just listen to what's popular now. Dig deeper. Go back in time. Explore genres you think you don't like. Think of your musical taste as a diet. Feed it a diverse and eclectic mix of sounds. When you listen, ask questions. Pay attention to the space between the notes. Silence is an instrument too. Find a quiet space. Put on headphones. Close your eyes. Just be present with the sound. This is where your journey truly begins. Now that you are listening deeply, it is time to become a detective. Pick one artist you truly love. Take their music apart piece by piece. You're not trying to steal their sound. You're trying to understand its architecture. Is the guitar clean? Is the guitar distorted? Is the bass line simple and foundational? Is the bass line a melody in itself? Are the drums acoustic? Are the drums electronic? Is their voice breathy? Is their voice powerful? Next, look at song structure. See where they follow convention and where they break it. That's often the genius. You'll start to see patterns. You're building a mental database of creative choices. This analytical process demystifies their magic. Okay, so think of this process as building a library in your mind. Every artist you deconstruct is like a book on a shelf. One book might be about minimalist arrangements, another might be about complex harmonies, and then a third could be all about raw, emotional energy. So when you sit down to create, you're not starting with a blank page. You might even find yourself thinking, how would David Bowie approach this melody? What kind of drum sound would Jay Dilla use here? Like, what happens when you mix the raw guitar tones of Jack White with the intricate rhythms of Fela Kuti? Something new is born. And hey, do not limit your library to music alone. The color palette of a painter that can inspire the sonic textures of your work. This journal, it's basically the catalog for your mental library. It becomes a wellspring of inspiration that you can return to again and again. Your studio, it's not a factory. It is a playground. a sacred space where you are free to play. Play is the engine of creation. It's doing something for its own sake, without a goal in sight. Forget making a hit song. For now, just play. Press that strange button on the synthesizer. Step outside your comfort zone. If you're a guitarist, write on a piano. Each limitation is a new opportunity. It breaks habitual patterns. Most great ideas are accidents. Create the conditions for accidents. Give yourself permission to make a mess. Do not judge your experiments. That strange noise might be useless alone. It could be the perfect texture for another song later. Record everything. You are gathering raw materials, building a unique sample library from the world. This playground has no walls. Creating alone is a journey inward. Creating with others is a journey outward. Both are essential. Collaboration is a mirror. It shows you a reflection of yourself that you could never see on your own. Seek out collaborators who are different from you. If you are a folk singer, work with a hip-hop producer. The more different their world is, the more you will learn. Their perspective will challenge your assumptions. They will hear possibilities in your music that you are deaf to. Learn to let go of your ego. The song is the most important thing in the room, not your idea, not their idea, the best idea. Many artists find their signature sound through the reflection of others. They pushed each other into new territories. They were mirrors for each other's genius. Find your mirrors. After the play of experimentation and the reflection of collaboration, there must be a period of quiet, a time for self-reflection. This is where you listen back to what you have created, not with the ears of a critic, but with the ears of a curious observer. Now ask yourself, how does this make me feel? Be honest. Does it feel authentic? Does this sound like me? Your body knows the answer before your mind does. Pay attention to that gut feeling. That is your inner compass pointing the way. Which parts of the song feel the most alive? Is it that one weird sound in the background? Isolate those moments. These are the sparks of your unique voice. Conversely, which parts feel weak or forced? Identifying what doesn't work is just as important as identifying what does. It helps you trim away everything that isn't you. This reflective practice closes the loop. You listen, you experiment, you reflect, and then the cycle begins again, each time bringing you closer to your true signature sound. Every artist who has ever created something meaningful has also failed, often spectacularly. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is a part of it. It is a teacher. The path to finding your sound is littered with failed experiments. This is not a sign that you should stop. It is a sign that you are trying. The sculptor finds the statue by chipping away the stone that is not the statue. Your failures are the chips of stone on the studio floor. Do not be afraid to make bad art. The pressure to be great from the very start is paralyzing. In this freedom, you might stumble upon a beautiful mistake. When a song doesn't work out, ask yourself why it failed. Write it down. Thank it for the lesson it taught you. This process turns a setback into a gift. As you begin to share your work, criticism will come. It is inevitable. But the loudest criticism will often come from within your own mind, the voice of doubt. You must build an armor of belief around your creative core, a quiet confidence in your own vision. This belief is not arrogance, it is a trust in your own process. When you're true to yourself, opinions lose power. Their words are just weather. You are the mountain, you remain. Think of Björk. Her early solo work was often misunderstood. She could have listened to critics and gone conventional. Instead, she had a powerful inner belief. Your belief is your armor. It protects your fragile sound until it can stand on its own. There is a common fear among artists, the fear of copying. But you know, this fear can be a trap. You must understand that there is no such thing as a blank slate. No artist creates in a vacuum. The goal is not to avoid influence. The goal is to process those influences so deeply that they become part of you. When you truly absorb an influence, you are honoring them. You are taking the torch they carried and using it to light your own different path forward. So let go of the anxiety of originality. Instead, focus on honesty. Your voice will emerge. It will be a unique combination of all your influences, filtered through your unique life experience. No one else has lived your life. Therefore, no one else can make your music. Your originality is not something you have to find. It is something you cannot escape. Authenticity is not a destination you arrive at. It is a daily practice. it is easy to slip into old habits, to start making music based on what you think your audience expects. This is the beginning of self-imitation. Think of an artist like Neil Young. He has followed his muse everywhere. He was practicing authenticity. He was following the sound that felt true to him in that moment. Before a writing session, ask yourself, what am I feeling today? What sound does that feeling want to make? Don't judge it, just follow it. The music industry can feel like an impossibly crowded room. It is easy to feel like your voice will be drowned out. When everyone is shouting in the same tone of voice, a whisper can sound like a roar. Your uniqueness is amplified by the sameness of the crowd. Find the empty spaces. If everyone is making polished, perfect pop, make something raw and messy. This is your niche. This is your power. The quest for your signature sound is not a race to a finish line. There is no moment where you arrive. Your sound is a living thing. The journey is the destination. The cycle of listening, creating, and reflecting is your core practice. The goal is simply to keep showing up, to stay curious. In the end, your signature sound is the audible form of your story. It is the sum of your joys, your sorrows, your influences, your failures. What the world needs, what it is hungry for, is a true voice. A voice that is not afraid to be different. Your voice. As an underground artist, you have the freedom to be that voice. Your only responsibility is to your art and to your own truth. This is a profound privilege. So go now. Listen deeply, play freely, fail spectacularly, reflect honestly. The world is waiting to hear your story. It is waiting to hear the sound that only you can make. The journey is your art. The journey is your sound. Now begin and never stop.